Nice to meet you too, man. How are you? Doesn't matter. Up to you. I can see it. Hayato? Bro. Yeah, it is. Bro, take your time. I don't give a fuck. Make the most out of your points. Okay. Mhm. Yo, I got you. Um, well, I don't know. It could be a lot of things. It could be like, low ID, or you don't have like that many high nodes. You also have like, yeah, it could be a lot of different things, right? So, but I can assure you, like, Hayato is one of the strongest classes in the game. Like, you should be doing a lot of damage. Mhm. Yeah, 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 I got you. All right, so before any of that, I need to see your nodes. That's like the most important thing on Hayato. Is Phantom Blade level 30? Okay, good. Okay, I mean, as long as like Shinsoku, Falcon's on 100 strikes, those are like the main three. Yeah, so the only time you use Right Blade Flash is if you either can't reach the boss for whatever reason, or it's multiple targets. They're pretty good though, yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, like it's not bad. Mhm. Not bad, yeah. Good job. Mhm. Okay. You can, yeah. Okay, so all of your event rings, like just keep that as Meso drop gear, yeah? And then do you know what items you want to be working towards to get for damage gear, or you don't know? Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it. Also, what bosses are you clearing every week? Like, cause I know you have a berserk. Like, do you run H Solmi? Do you have a friend that could take you or something? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm. You probably can already, to be honest with you. It'll just be kind of tough. Yeah, if you learn, it'll be a bit tough, but I'm sure you could do it already. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go try it. If it's really impossible, then like yeah, go do something else. But I'm sure you're either pretty close or you could already do it. Yeah, yeah. No, Haido's like the worst class in slime, but even with that, like I'm sure you can still clear normal slime. Mhm. No, no, no. Spend on the next 5, 10, 15 because there's still plenty of time to save and everything for the next shining. Like tons of time. So that's with WAP or no? Okay, with WAP and no Legion, right? Oh, I'm just wondering. Okay. SSF4. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this map isn't too amazing for raids. Also, your damage skin's fucking huge, bro. Holy moly, scared me. Yeah, low key scared me. Oh, you don't know how to change it? Okay, go to options, go to graphics. You see cascading numbers. Go to like mini basic numbers. Type that. Yeah, or there you go. Okay, yeah. And here's another thing for Hayato that's pretty dumb. If so I'm sure you've noticed that whenever you use insta slice, your game zooms in. Only way to like change that is to not play 1080p. So okay, yeah, I mean, whatever you want. But I'm just letting you know that, yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't go to SSF4 because there's like no mobs in that map, so you're not gonna be making that much money. I would actually just stay in D Cup 1, or you could go to Shadow Dance Hall 2 or 3, whichever one, and you can make better rates there. You're gonna one shot, and you can make way more mesos here. Phantom Blade hits both platforms, so. Mhm. Keep trying. No, 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 you're doing it right. Yeah, you're doing it right. Oh, here's another question actually. Do you have a Lucid Soul or no? Don't buy an arcane weapon. Don't buy it. I'm letting you know from now. Do not buy an arcane weapon. Buy armors. Like buy a glove first, and then whatever else from there, like a cape or a shoulder or a shoe. Don't buy a weapon because weapon is way too expensive. And like you said, since you're already running H Lucid and you're probably gonna be running H Will soon, the probability of you getting a weapon is actually kind of high. So I would hold out. And here's another thing. Here's another angle to look at it. You're only ever gonna need one weapon ever to do black mage, but armors you're gonna need multiple armors to get them to 22. So I would just wait until you get an weapon drop and just sit on the app zone until then. That's normal. That's normal. And Lucid has the lowest chance to drop a box too. Like the higher the tier bosses you do, the higher the chance. So like Will is another step up. Like it's a higher chance to get a box from Will too. So like as you're getting stronger, you're gonna be start running like, H Will, H Lucid. Eventually, you're gonna be able to do like yeah, no, normal Vihila. Like those are all just more chances at um at a drop. Yeah, always skip the weapon. Even if you weren't getting carried like Lucid or anything, I would still skip the weapon because the weapon is just way too expensive. and you could still clear all the content. Like you could still get to that point in the game just with the Abso web. Just get the armors. Yeah, I would get the glove, and the reason for that is because, um, like your glove right now doesn't even have crit damage. So like, getting the arcane glove, if you were to hypothetically like high roll it, like you could get like double crit. And if you were to high roll like the Absol glove, like it would kind of be like a feels bad because you'd have double crit on an Absol glove rather than an arcane glove. Yeah, exactly. So you want to get them on the arcane glove as soon as possible. Crit damage also will increase your damage a lot, so. Mhm. Well, you have 80 right now on your equipment item. Do you have another piece? Okay, okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I remember on my Hayato, I would get almost like 600 an hour clean at D Cup 1. This is like without WAP or anything. So that's how much I was making back then. But I would also recommend going Shadow Dance Hall because it drops familiars there. And you can make really good rates there too. It's, the thing is, like, you could just dash around, and like Falcon's Honor hits like all of the platforms if you just jump. Same with Insta Slice and Phantom Blade. And then you could like Susanoo one like in the middle. Yeah, because if you put it on one side, it'll despawn. Or like it'll be out of range. So it won't do any damage. So you gotta put it in the middle. Yeah, so do you ever get the Susanoo like flash randomly? Yeah, so that whenever that happens, that means that it's an indicator that the Susanoo has despawned. You're out of range, so it's not doing any damage. That's probably why your rates might not be as good because like your Susanoo is just out of range. Yeah, so how it works is items that have a 10 level difference. So like for example, reinforces level 140 and superiors level 150 items. You can transfer the items from like a level that an item that's 10 levels below to an item that's 10 levels above. So if you were to hypothetically get your reinforced belt to 22 stars, right? You would just press the transfer hammer button and then you would be able to transfer the stars to the superior, but the superior would lose 1 star. So the superior would end up at 21. And the reason people go about it that way is it's cheaper to Star Force a lower level item and you have more copies of the lower level item too. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. No. And the other thing about transferring is that you lose the pot. So you would have to repot it again. So like that 17-star reinforced earring. So if it were me, I would change the superior Golux earrings to like temporary damage gear if you want more damage. Like you get like 2 line strength on them, and then use the 17 reinforced earrings as meso gear. No, no. So I'll tell you why people like use black bead mark. So it could go up to 20 stars, right? Which is decent. But the other reason is your only other options really are the Zac Eye, which is obviously bad. Like it's only 8 stars, right? Has like no stats. And then the other option is the monocle. But the thing about the monocle is since it's a non KMS item, it means it has like shit flames. Like it doesn't get the same flames as like CRA. So like the monocle, although it's good, but since it has shit flames, it means that the black bean mark can potentially be higher damage than it because the black bean mark gains better flames. Now, the the only way to make the monocle better is if you transpose a path mark to it, but getting a path mark is really rare. So that's why people run the black bean mark until they get a path mark instead of using a monocle. But then ultimately at the end of the day, like the magic eye patch is the best thing. So like some people even just don't even bother with Sweetwater because it's like, you know, more dailies they don't want to do. So they just run the black bean mark until they get a magic eye patch. I think you just sit on the black bean mark, to be honest, because like the difference from the black bean mark and the monocle isn't that big of a deal. And since you're running H Damien, like maybe you'll get an eye patch. Like the chance is very slim, but you got a berserk, so you never know what could happen.
A little bit.
Yeah, go for it. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so when you're at this point in the game, a lot of things are very, very, very expensive. Meaning like you can easily spend 10 bill and make either no gains or potentially get even weaker. So that's why I say like spending is so important because like you just need such a mass amount to hit anything. But so you have two options, right? You either spend money on your Hayato to like get to the next stage of bossing, but you got to understand that it's going to be like very expensive to get
A
there. It's
little
not
bit.
easy anymore. Or you keep making boss mules so that you could increase your weekly income, which will like have a down payment basically. Like let's say you spend like 5 bill on a weekly boss mule, which is going to kind of suck because it's like okay, you spent 5 bill, but now you're making an additional potentially like 1 bill extra every week. So after 5 bill it's like all profit. And if you keep doing that, eventually you'll make like you said you're making like 10 bill, eventually it'll be like 15 bill a week, 20 bill a week. So then you're at the point where you have what happened? Yeah, it does. So like once you have like, you know, once you get the boss mule set up, it's like you're making 15, 20 bill a week. Like then you'll have a consistent income enough that you could start going for higher things on your Hayato without like necessarily worrying about it that much because let's just say a good event is like every 2 months and you make 15 bill a week, right? That's like 60 bill a month times 2, 120 bill. Now you could have like potentially 120 bill every single event if you save, and then you can make like massive gains consistently every event. Like that's like the best way to go about it in my opinion. But some people like they're really really eager to like reach the next stage of bossing, so they'll just spend on their main anyways because they like are they really want to start doing like hard lucid for example in a party. So they'll like spend on their main just to like get to that point, but then they're also kind of shooting themselves in the foot because they didn't really increase their income. Yeah, exactly. So, but since you're getting carried H Lomian and H Lucid H Will, similar to me, I would recommend that, you know, you would just obviously do your totems on your Hayato, slowly gain levels that way, and then all of your money, because your Hayato's in a good enough spot already that you could start doing like all of your weeklies probably pretty comfortably. I would just keep making boss moves so you could increase your income, because, um, the next stages of bossing in the game is just gonna be like H Lucid H well and stuff on your Hayato, but you're already getting carried that anyway, so you don't necessarily have to like fun to that point if you don't want to. Mhm. 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 Yeah, so for me, I'm comfortable with putting like 500 nodes per mule. That's because like I have, you know, I train enough to like get that many nodes. 200 is okay too, but just, you know, understand like you'll be lacking a bit. But for what I plan to do, I plan to put at least 5 bill onto each mule, and like do it on event as well. So yeah. Um. Mhm. Yep. Okay. So have you ever considered using your Hayato for off totem as well? Interesting. Okay. So go for it. Go for it. I get ganked all the time. Anyways, dude, my DB is level 200 now. Pog, chat. Okay, you're good, bro. I get ganked all the time. It's all good. Okay, so I would recommend first like trying again on the Hayato off totem, because I know Hayato makes like it can make like decent rates, especially at really big maps. But like you said, it is gonna require a lot more effort because you're gonna be like dashing around constantly, like pressing a lot of buttons basically. But yeah, so the shad, it is gonna take the ball rolling. Obviously, Maple Bench is like way more like it is gonna take a while to get the ball rolling. Maple Bench is obviously more like knowledgeable when it comes to this, but for me, I would probably say like you'd want to be 235s, just so you have like level, you have less damage reduction and you have like level bonus on the Arcana mobs, and you definitely gonna want to have to invest more nodes so you can level up Meso Explosion more and your boost nodes more. So it'll take a while, but I think like if you save enough, like you could probably get it started in like, and if you train your shad enough, you could probably do it within like a couple weeks to a month or something. But it is a very good idea. Like you're very smart for thinking that. Like you have a side character you could farm off totem with. Mhm. Yeah. No. Exactly. That's why I wouldn't like it would be quote unquote a waste of time if you like just keep funding your Hayato just to do H boosted H roll. Like you're getting carried anyways. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the only thing there's only like two things that are really not a waste of time in this game. One is Legion. Like doing your Legion is always guaranteed gains no matter what. Like you can't get weaker every time you get a level. And then um making boss mules, because boss mules would just always increase your income. So it's either or for you. Like you do your totems on your main, save your money, you pump it into your shad. Your shad gets strong enough that it could train off totem, and then you just do Legion, and you just do Legion and like in the between. That's it. Like that's what I would do if I was you. Oh, you good, bro? Mhm. Whoa, whoa. I don't know about that one, bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, yep. Mhm. Just see if you can one shot. It's as simple as that. If you can one shot, chances are you probably will be really close to or can one shot, because Hayato does hit super hard. Um, if you can, then yeah, stay in Moonbridge. You could either go to LH2 or VC3. Both are really good for Hayato. I'd recommend LH2 because it's a little less crowded and the rates are still good. So L shoes on the top left. Yeah. Schmegmas, yeah. Yeah. The thing is not even LH2 too. Like the thing is if you get really good at Hayato movement, like you could train in almost any map. Like I'm telling you. Like Hayato the AoE and the movement like is very, very strong. So that's why I'm trying to like kind of push you to like try harder on Hayato because you can make some crazy rates. Like I was making like 700 mil an hour at train 6 in Arcus like when I was training 285 like and that map has like such a stupid layout. So like there's a lot you could do. Mhm. True. True, true, true. Yeah. No problem, bro. If there's anything else, just you feel free to ask, bro. No big deal. Oh yeah, it's all good. No worries, bro. Good luck. Thank you. Dude,